Hey y'all, thought I'd come today and make a video. Today is February 21st, 2018. And all over the world, we've got the sad news today that Reverend Billy Graham has passed away. I shared earlier on my ministries page a quote of his that I just love. He says, "Someday you will read or hear that I have passed away, but don't believe a word of it, because I'm just now beginning to live." I love that quote of his, and his ministry here in the United States has been one of the greatest evangelist ministries of all times. I'll never forget the first time I heard Priscilla Shirer talk about this young group of seminary kids that had traveled abroad and were touring John Wesley's home with their professor. It was in the 1930s or 40s, and they were going through his home. They looked at John Wesley's library and all of his notes that he had taken while he was expanding Christianity throughout Great Britain. And these students were captivated, I'm sure, by John Wesley's home, especially when they got to the bedroom. And next to the bed were two worn areas in the carpet where John Wesley prayed countless hours, probably every day, for his ministry and for God to bless the revival that John Wesley was able to do. The students continued on through their tour and ended up back on the bus, and the professor was given a final look and noticed one of his students were missing. And so he went back into the home, and from the kitchen he could hear muffled sounds coming from upstairs. And when he got up there, his student was on his knees next to the bed of John Wesley and was praying, "Lord, send a revival. Send a revival and let it begin with me. Lord, could you just do it again? Could you do it again and let it begin with me?" That professor looked at his student and said, "Billy, it's time to get back on the bus now." And Billy Graham rose to his feet and went back and got on the bus. But he came back to the United States of America, and the Lord granted that prayer of his. He started a revival, and it did start with him. So today, as we reflect on Billy Graham's life and his wonderful ministry, I would like to encourage you to possibly pray that prayer, because this world now, this nation, maybe more than ever before, needs a revival. And it's not going to start unless we all start praying to God for Him to let it begin with us. So Lord, today we give thanks to you for the life of Billy Graham. And Father, if you could just rain down your revival and let it begin with me. Let it begin with each of us in our own homes, in our small towns in the United States. Amen. I pray that you are blessed today and that you can find it in your heart to possibly pray that prayer as well. Folks, it's just the Lord is ready to do a revival, and He's got good things planned for us, but it has to begin with each and every one of us individually, and then it has to go through our families, and then into our communities, and finally it will envelop the whole United States. But it's got to begin with us. God bless you. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.